startup program seems to be very enticing because on the surface of it, you really don't have a lot of requirements because it says you don't need any education and you have a very low language requirement. To go deep into the details, it does say that you need to have something that's quite innovative and it has substantial benefit to Canada. So if you have something that you've created that does not have substantial benefit to Canada, and on top of that, it's not very innovative, it's very likely you're not going to pass the peer review. Review is done by another incubator or an angel investor looking at your project to see whether it's going to be feasible. Did you steal the idea? Is the idea something that will work in Canada? Is it going to make money? Is it already making money? So in order to look deeper into this, I talked to an angel investor and I asked about a few things. And one of the things I asked about was, so how many people get through this program? Well, this person told me that the average incubator receives around 600 applications. 600 business plans are submitted and 60 are reviewed every year and 6 get through. So you're looking at 6 over 600, that's 1%. Only 1% of what's been submitted will obtain permanent residency. It's not saying that this is a program that's impossible, but you have to have an idea, some concept that can be implemented and something that's not done by someone else. So there are other routes to Canada. Now, previously, when the economy was a little bit better, you could go there as a skilled worker. However, given the current situation, you're competing with a lot of other candidates for jobs. Like unemployment's around 10%, 25% over in Alberta. So in terms of being able to position yourself better than the other skilled worker that's in Canada and able to obtain an LMIA becomes a lower chance. Then there's the PNP. The PNP is quite a nice idea if you're able to get a job. And the caveat to that is that PNPs do have a quota. Having a quota means that there's just a limited number of people that can apply. And if you apply, what can happen is that someone else might come along, they improve their English, they get a higher mark, and they will push it lower onto the ladder. Then there's also some of these regional programs. One of the stories I was told from my mentor was that the regional program, you have a very good idea, and then you present it to the community. All of a sudden what happens is someone else within the community implements the idea, and there goes your idea. The success of your idea becomes a low probability. And with some of these communities, what they want is like an Amazon facility. If you have age against you, so in other words, if age is something that's not going to give you any points, however, you have an IELTS 6 minimum, and you do have a university degree, you can immigrate to Canada. There is a way. It's not going to cost you $300,000 in terms of just plunking in, and that $300,000 disappears. It can be more than 300. It can be less. I understand how this works. However, it's done by some people. I would imagine that in a few years, that opportunity becomes smaller and smaller, unless the numbers become higher, so more than $300,000. So there is an opportunity, even if your age is something that's a limiting factor, you can still immigrate to Canada and bring your family there.
Sponsored by Sunny Bay Immigration. Sunny Bay Immigration helps you immigrate to Canada.